It's nothing bad. It's just like he wants to start picking on people a little bit. That's all it is. And I feel like it's friendly banter because that's how you guys were together. It just means friendly banter among the family. Do you understand it? Good. This is what I'm gonna say. He makes me feel thankful that everyone was there to watch over him in the end. I know there's a preparedness for the passing. Do you understand? Because I feel like it's like a decline, and then it went really quick in the end, meaning the fast progression towards the end. It just means that you guys lost him sooner than you thought you would lose him. That's all it is, okay? I know everyone's there for the support because he kept saying thank you before, and the way he's making me feel is that he makes me feel like he doesn't want you to forget all the good times as far as the banter. I don't know how to describe that. Do you understand that? Okay, as long as you understand it. That's why he kept making me feel the honoriness of him. And I feel like those are some of the greatest moments that you guys have and the greatest memories you have of not only who he was as a person, but who he was to you as not only a husband, but a father energy as well. Do you understand it? Perfect. Tell my wife I love her. Yeah. He said she was such a good woman. She stood behind me and beside me for years. Never had anyone say that. For years and years and years. And there's times I gave her reasons to doubt what was going on. Do you understand that? But she needs to know that I've always cared for her and I never stopped loving her. And that I always tried to make her and my children my biggest priority. And I always tried to put my family first. And I did the best job I could, even though we always didn't have everything we needed or wanted. I did everything I could to try to take care of them. And I know that they appreciate that, and I'm glad it gave them a chance to learn a little humbleness in their own lives. Do you understand why he's saying that? Because I feel like he's trying to make me feel like he worked really hard for the family. He worked for a long time. He tried to be the best provider he could. He knows that he feels he could have done a better job, but it wasn't about him working. It was just his way of saying he didn't always make the best money. Why he's talking about this, I don't know, because it doesn't matter. I don't care about any of this. But I understand why I feel like you're going to understand why he's trying to explain it. It's his way of saying, I'm glad I was able to instill those values in my children, that they know what's important, because what's important is family. That's what it's about. Do you understand it? And that's why he was kind of making me feel his personality and his stubbornness and his honoriness and just the banter and how the relationship was and how your family was kind of as a unit. Because it's his way of saying he doesn't want you to forget about those memories. And I don't think you guys are going to ever forget him, because I'm attached to his personality just for a couple minutes, and I can't imagine having a whole lifetime of him. Do you understand it? But such a wonderful man. I feel like he's so loving. That's why he was saying that you guys were there, because I could feel you all in the room with him. Do you understand? And that's why the message went to her, and that's okay. Okay? He keeps saying to me, you need to know that Bill's with me, and that we're both together, and that we wait for all of you. Just their way of validating that they're at peace together, and that they're going to continue to be on the other side waiting for all of you. Again, they're to meet each one of you as well. Do you understand it? And they're saying to me, when her time comes, they want you to know that they're going to be there for her. Not that it's anytime soon, because I don't control that. That's God's plan. But I feel like you guys worry about that. You don't want to lose her. They're saying to me, tell her she needs to enjoy all the time that she has with you. But they're also trying to let you know that once that day comes, it's their way of offering comfort and peace, that they're going to be two of the first people she sees besides her mom. So it's their way of giving her comfort. So when her transition comes, she's going to know they're already waiting for her. Do you understand? understand it? Perfect. Sometimes they'll do that because it's not only their way of giving her comfort so she knows what's going to happen with the transition, so it's more peaceful for her soul to go, but it's also more comfort to the two of you at the time that comes. So when you're in the end moments with her, you can be like, okay, I remember they said they're going to be there and she's just fine, and then it's going to be better for your healing as well. Your dad's the one offering it to me. I can only pass what he's given me, but there's a reason why he's given it. It's just to offer comfort to her. Do you understand it? Do you want to be with him?
Yes.
Because he keeps saying to me, I know sometimes she asked to be with me. That's why he's bringing it up. It's because of what she's done, because she wants to be with you guys, and she wants to be with them too, and because she's asked for it. Do you understand it? So it's his way of saying, you still have time there. Enjoy your life. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here to meet you. And we want everybody to have as much time with you as they can. But it's also his way, and the reason why he's giving me this information, it's his way of validating that this is something that you've asked for. And that's okay. You know what? When I'm in the when I'm older, and when I lose my husband or if I lose loved ones, I'm probably going to feel the same way. And I say every day to God, if you want to take me tomorrow, I'm ready, let's go. Because I can't wait to get to the other side, because I've seen what it's like, and it's wonderful, okay? Even though I know my work here isn't done, and I love my life that I have, and I love my husband, and I love my family, and I wouldn't want to leave them. It's nice to know things about the other side because it gives me comfort. So he hears what she's saying, and he's trying to not only give comfort to her and tell her, it's okay, slow down, you still have a little bit of time, but it's his way of giving comfort to the both of you as well. Do you understand it? And his way of acknowledging what she's been asking for, and that's I know, okay? Perfect. All right, he's going to step out because I'm being told I'm going to have William just for a minute or two. And he keeps saying to me, I want to say hello to them, but I need to talk to Mom. Perfect. Okay. So he's announcing himself. He's saying William to me. He's telling me I can call him Bill. That's how I know you guys called him Bill. Okay? But they'll always give me their proper name first. And he keeps saying to me that I can call him Bill. He's, I'm trying to figure out how to put his personality, because it's different. But he's got a really strong presence. Do you understand it? Okay. A very strong presence, not only here, but on the other side as well. Does that make sense to you? Okay. He makes me feel that his passing was unexpected to all of you. And everything that happened leading up to the passing was like surprise. Do you understand it? Meaning not expecting it. Does that make sense to you? Because all he keeps saying to me is, I know they don't understand everything. I know they don't know everything. That's why I feel surprised. Do you understand it? But I know they've been understanding, and I'm thankful that they were there to give me support. Does that make sense to you? Okay. They're showing me the personal wall, so that means I'm only allowed to get into a certain amount of this. So as long as you understand what he's saying, that's all that matters. Do you understand it? Okay, perfect.
So the shrimp bar match is going to be $29.68.
I keep getting recent. Is he your most recent one? Because he keeps saying recent to me. So it's his way of validating he's the most recent one. Because he said, as soon as I got there, Dad was standing. So it's that's why they were validating before, and that's why your dad said before that he passed before him. He was making me feel like he's just under that 2-year mark, that the 2-year mark is just around the corner. He makes me feel like his presence is standing here. I'm being told William is the most recent passing for you, and then as I feel like his soul starts to go to the other side and I start to see the white light, I can see your dad standing there waiting to meet him. His way of validating, their way of validating who preceded who, and that he was there to meet him as well as far as when he went back home, as far as going to heaven. Do you understand it? Perfect. Because that's what he's making me feel, okay? not only his way of giving you comfort and peace as to far as what was like when he passed, but just the reassurance that he was there to meet him and that they're together. Do you understand it? Do you feel like you didn't have a real good fight with him? Because he says to me, I didn't have a chance to tell them everything I should have. That's why I'm asking. Do you understand it? Okay, perfect. Because he just keeps making me feel like there's love and there's caring for all of you, but I feel like I'm kind of sectioned off. Do you understand it? So it's like, that's why I was also seeing that half wall before as far as the personal, because you guys were only so close to him, but there was still that love there. That's why he kept talking about the understanding, because it wasn't just about the passing, it was about the personal life and the years leading up to as well. Do you understand it? Perfect, as long as you understand it. He's, I'm feeling something, and he said, go ahead and say it. I said, I've never had to call anybody like this, but this is how you're making me feel your personality was. And he's laughing, but he makes me feel like he's a little opinionated. It's what he's making me feel, meaning he's giving me his personality. Do you understand it? And he makes me feel like he kind of had a one-track mind a little bit. Do you understand that? It's just his way of making me feel his personality. He makes me feel his thoughts were a little scattered just before the passing. Does that make sense to you? Okay, that's why I felt the all over the place when I sat down and I started to make the connection to him, and then he's showing me the half wall. It just means he's starting to make me feel things that happened in his life where I feel like you guys don't know all the personal things that happened. Do you understand it? That's why I'm getting the one track. That's what it's about, okay? So as long as you understand it, that's all that matters. All right, he keeps saying, I'm sorry for not coming around as much. Tell them I'm sorry for the things that I chose to do. But never did they ever question that I cared for them or that I loved them. Our relationships were just different. Do you understand it? Okay. Did you, he keeps saying to me, but I always tried to stay close to my mom. Do you understand it? And then that's why they made me feel like I needed to sit with her, because he says he just wants to talk to her. This is what I'm going to say to you. I am not going to be able to cover everything that he wants to explain to me about his life, leading all the way up until the passing. So as long as you understand the words, that's all that matters, okay? Because it's just his way of not only explaining his life to me, explaining the connection between all of you, but then explaining what happened just before the passing. But it's also his way of saying that he makes me feel like he didn't always have his priorities in order. Do you understand it? Because he's saying to me, now I see that my priorities weren't in order the way they could have been and the way they should have been. But I know they cared about me and they know how much I love each of them. That's why he was making me feel the all over the place and the understanding before. Good. All right, I'm being told I have him just for another minute, and then they're going to start to pull their energy. Your mom makes me feel nothing but love. Did you guys have time with her too? I'm just asking, because she's not saying anything to me about it. She just makes me feel like she wants to talk to her, pass love to her, and then I feel a really strong watch over for all of you, and I feel like she kind of comes through as a matriarch. It's just her making me feel her presence very strongly, love for her, and then I feel like she wants to watch over all of you. It's just her way of saying that she's a guardian for everybody. That's all it is, okay? He just said, tell my mom I love her. Let her know that I know that my passing has been not something she ever thought she would have to go through. I know she misses me every day, and I know she misses Dad as well, but I needed her to know that we're together. And we're both okay. It hasn't been very long since I left them either, just like him. Do you understand it? Tell her I'll always be around her in any way I can. That's what he said. Just means that he wants you to, your husband kept making me feel like he was standing beside your chair. I feel like your son's drifting in and out of the house. It just means he's not holding his energy as long, but he's coming to visit. Do you guys recognize that? Have you felt him there? And it's only been for a little bit and then he's kind of gone? Does that describe his personality too? Because he said, they're laughing because you're talking about how I was as well. Do you understand it? Perfect, good. This is what I'm going to say to you. Your husband passed before him. He was there to meet him. They both want you to know that they're happy and that they're doing well. And your son knows how hard it's been on you to lose both of them in such a short period of time. But they need you to know that they're doing everything they can to be with you whenever they have a chance. Do you understand it? And I feel like your dad is trying to make his presence very strong with her. I feel like he's kind of like stationary by that chair quite often, and that's why he was making me feel that before. Do you understand it? Perfect. All right, I'm going to lose them. I'm going to see if there's anything else I can get from them. Again, I didn't even touch the surface with them. I just kept letting them talk. I kept feeling the brother energy that was saluting me, even though he never stepped forward. And I know your mom wanted to pass some other information as well. And I know both of them didn't cover everything they wanted to. But I'm glad they had a chance to say the things that they did, which is fantastic. Yeah, they're starting to pull their energy out. All I feel is them passing me peace and love, so it's just their way of passing love to you as they go. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. I'm going to wait to disconnect from them, and then